Police are responding to the New Orleans attack as well. The department released this statement saying while there's no known threat to the nation's capital, they are heightening security postures with more officers out on the streets. They are urging everyone to remain vigilant. And that's not the only reason that you'll see heavy security in D.C. The city is preparing for 3 major events just this month. January 6th marks 4 years since the Capitol riot. Starting the day after, on January 7th, the late former President Jimmy Carter will lie in state at the Capitol Rotunda. And then on January 20th, President-elect Donald Trump will be sworn into office for the second time. 7 News' Brad Bell is joining us now live with more on that. Brad, how is D.C. preparing for all of this?
Yeah, Scott, you mentioned that statement from the police. They don't like to say how they are preparing. They just like to say that they are. But certainly the timing of this attack in New Orleans is concerning for this city. And one of the things you're going to be seeing now over the next few weeks, an awful lot of this, what they call that no-scale fencing, already miles of it up around the Capitol. Law enforcement agencies in D.C. are always on alert for vehicle attack. Streets around the Capitol and White House are protected by permanent visible and pop-up barriers, with officers standing watch 24/7. And now, as the city prepares for 3 successive national security events which will draw crowds to the city, D.C.'s police chief is stressing much more will be done to prevent trouble.
We've been preparing for large crowds. That's what we specialize in here in the District of Columbia at the Metropolitan Police Department.
Already, the entire Capitol complex is surrounded by miles of temporary anti-scale fencing in advance of Monday's congressional certification of the presidential election, January 6th. After that, the state funeral for President Jimmy Carter will require security around the Washington National Cathedral, and then that line of fencing around the Capitol will grow to surround much of the area around the Capitol, the Mall, Pennsylvania Avenue, and the White House for the presidential inaugural.
We'll continue to work very closely with our local and state partners to see if there are any critical threats to the district, and if there are, we will posture ourselves accordingly.
We've got to look at what we can do to enhance.
In recent testimony before a Senate committee, U.S. Capitol Police Chief Tom Manger stressed his force is better prepared to defend the Capitol campus than on January 6th 4 years ago. There are 360 more officers, and all of them are now equipped with riot gear.
There's a level of confidence in our officers, especially our CDU officers, that they're ready for anything, and that when they're really being tested, they'll look to the left, they'll look to the right, and they'll see that they have adequate resources, adequate people there to accomplish whatever we need to accomplish in keeping this campus safe.
Yeah, so one source familiar with preparations around the city told me that in preparation for the inauguration, we're going to see more of this fencing covering a larger area than we have ever seen in this city. There is tremendous concern. There was tremendous concern before New Orleans. It's only grown since. On the Mall, Brad Bell, 7 News.
Yeah, we can expect to see those measures heightened even more. Brad, thank you.